Okay, hello. So this is my video for the project. And my project is the medication log tracker. And this project is intended to help users add, store, track the medications, right? And then they can track however many they want. So we have four classes in this in my project. I have medication log system, user, and pill. So for medication, this is my class, medication. This is how you track all your meds, right? And then this is for pill, it's just inherited from medication. We have just all those stuff here, okay? So this is cell constructor. And then here, you do taken today equals true to mark it as true if the medication was taken or not. And then reset for new day, you make it false. Well, I made it false because you mark it as false when the medication is not taken. And then for display, this is basically just displaying all the information about the medication, like the name, the dosage, the frequency, and if it's taken today or not. And as you can see here, I have an if statement and an else statement, and that's for to output it as yes or no after this, right? And then this is all my getters, pill, and in here, display. This is basically the same thing as medication display, right? But if it's a pill instead of just a regular medication, then it will also output this after all of this, right? And it's just my getter. Okay. So this is my medication log system, and this is how you store all the medications, right? Okay. Um, so add medication. I only have two options, and that's regular or a pill. And then it will give you an option to to input which one you want to add, right? And then there's an if statement and else if statement. That's for let's say like you choose one, then it will only make you type out the name, the dosage, and how many times taken per day, and then it will store it, right? But let's say you put pill, and then it'll do all of this, right? Just like the regular medication, but after that, it would also ask you the number of pills, and then after that, it will store the name, dosage, frequency, and the number, right? And display all. This is how you would display all the medications. I used a for loop for this. Mark those. So this is first you have to display all the medications for the user to choose from, right? And then it will ask you which medication you want to be marked as taken. You have to type like 1 or 2, right? And then this it will ask you, right? And then yeah. And then oh yeah, else if. So if you choose a wrong number, like let's say you choose 3, but it's not a third medication, then it will tell you invalid number and until you try again, right? Reset all. Basically, it's just resetting all the medications for the new day and then save the file. Okay, so this will save all the medications to a file. First, it'll check, I mean, so when you're going to create a file, then it'll check the file is created, and then it'll save the number of medications um, in a for loop. So this is for the pill. It will save the name, dosage, frequency, and taken, and the pill count. And if it's not, then it will save only the name, dosage, frequency, and taken. So it won't save the pill count because it's not a pill, right? And then it will just close the file. And then loading, check if there's a file with that name, and then it'll clear. And then the for loop. This is how it'll read from each line, the name, dosage, the frequency, the taken, right? And then it'll check if it's a pill. If it's a pill, then it will load all of it, including the taken. But if it's not, and it's just a regular medication, then it will only load the 4. Okay, and then user, right? And here we have the class user. We just have all the stuff we need. Let's go ahead. Okay, so as a constructor, and then for display the profile, this will this will output the user's profile, the one you made or loaded in. It will load the username, the age, email, and the number. And to save the user data, first I check again for the file, and then it will save the username, age, email, phone number, and it will save. And in the medications, we'll go to a different text file, which is like be the file name, and then after that would be meds. Loading, so it will checking in, and after that it will get all the information it needs from the text, and then it will load. And in here, starting the session, after you made or created a new profile, it will output all of this. And I did this in a while loop, so if you choose like 8, then this while loop will stop. So basically here, these are my cases, 1, 2, 3. It will go from 1 to 8, and depending on which one you input, um, which each one is different for the need for, let's say, 1, 2, 3, right? Okay, and let's go ahead and try it out. Okay, so let's go ahead. Since we don't have a new user yet, let's press 2. And I'll just put my name, and I'll just put a fake email, and phone number. Let's go ahead and put this. Okay, now we're in, right? It started the session. So let's go ahead and just view our user profile to make sure it works. And here we have our user profile up here. And now let's go ahead and just add a medication. Let's add a pill. Let's just put pill for now. How many times is it taken per day? 1. The number of pills? Let's say 2. Alright, and let's view the medication list, make sure it works. And here we have right here. And since we haven't taken it today, it will say no, right? Let's go ahead and save it. It will ask us, right? And let's just save file name. And after we have this, it will make 2 new files, one for just the user profile and one for the medication. Let's go ahead and return to the main menu, and let's load in the user profile with all the medications in it. And since our file name we made, the name was Danny, so we're in. It has loaded in. So let's go ahead and just check our user profile again. As you see, it can work. So let's say we want to mark the dose as taken. So we only have 1, so we just say 1. This is the first. Let's go ahead and check if it was actually marked as taken. 2, and it says yes. And let's say we want to reset for a new day. Let's press 4. And since it's a new day, let's check if it was marked as taken. Yes, still. And as you can see, it has reset it. So basically that is all for my project, and I hope you enjoyed it.